Welcome to ICSE Computer Application Class 10 100 Marks. I am Ganga Devi, and in this revision series 4, we will be discussing operators and expressions and mathematical expressions in Java. I hope you have already seen revision series 1, which covered object-oriented programming, revision series 2, introduction to Java, and revision series 3, values and data types. And before seeing this particular video, don't forget to see operators in Java video, which is already posted, along with mathematical expressions in Java. That will help you to understand the topic better. And now we can discuss important questions that can come from this particular topic, along with the questions which were previously asked in the board exam. As already told, this video we are just going through the important questions which are asked in the board exam and which can come in the board exam. The topic is explained clearly in the video Operators in Java and Mathematical Expressions in Java. The link is given below. So if you have any doubt, first of all see the video, then come to revise this topic. So definitions, what can come, it is the definition of operators. Can ask what is an operator with example. They are the symbols which perform arithmetic and logical operations on operands and provides the result. And operands are data values which are involved in the operation. That means it can be a variable or a literal. And what do you mean by an expression? The valid combination of constants, variables and operators will make the expression. The result can be assigned to a variable or we can print it. Example is given, int y is equal to 3 plus 4. Then the next question is difference between statements and expression. Here, expression produce a result. For example, if we are saying boolean b is equal to a greater than b, the answer will be either true or false. And double b y is equal to mat.max a comma b. The answer will come in the variable y. And statement is the code block that can contain variable declaration. Even printing statements, for example, system or println, we can print it, and int b is equal to 2, we can store the value. So statements contain the variable declaration, printing statements, etc. And all expressions will produce the result. Different forms of operator. Different forms of operator cover unary, binary and ternary operator. And different types of operator. Different types of operator: arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators. Coming to different forms of operator, unary, binary and ternary, we have to learn the definitions with example. Unary operates on one operand. That means all the increment, decrement operator, plus a minus minus, only one operand is there. Binary operators on two operands, a plus b, a minus b, and ternary operands on three operands. So definitions we have to study and example, one example each. And prefix and postfix, how to use it in the expressions. So prefix means the operator will come before the operand. For example, plus plus a, and postfix operator will come after operand a plus plus. So in prefix we can see it is first change the value and then use in the expression, and in the postfix first use the original value and then change the next value. So we can see some example in the coming slides for this increment and decrement operators. Next thing, study difference of operator and expression. This also can be a question in the board exam. And now coming to types of operator, we have to study the definitions in one line with example. For example, the first one is arithmetic operators used for the various mathematical calculation, and the arithmetical operators are plus, minus, division and modulus sign. So we can see here the example also, variable also given. Here the operators are used. So plus, minus, multiplication, division, slash will give the quotient and modulus will give the remainder. This also can be a question. What is the difference between the slash sign and modulus sign? And relational operator definition. It is used to test the relation between the two variable and return type. Otherwise, answer can be either in the form of boolean, true or false. So here we can see the relational operator: greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal to and equal to. So in one board exam, it was the operators were given and also asked identify the operator. So the question can be asked for identification, otherwise here to analyze the expression A greater than B. According to the value given, true or false will come. Less than B, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, not equal. Here if the values are not same, answer will be true, otherwise false. A double equal B. So here we will check whether the value of A and B are same. Double equal means it will check whether the given value are same or not. Relational operators can be used in any primitive data types except Boolean. So here we can see primitive character. It is a primitive data type. So here characters we can use it, and numbers we can use it. Float number or decimal number we can use it. Here we can see small a greater than 100. ASCII code we have to check here. Small a to Z, it is 97 to 122. That means value of small a is 97, and 97 is not greater than 100. Answer is false. Small here capital Z less than 100. Capital Z is 90, 65 to 90. That means capital A 65, capital B 66, like that. Capital Z is 90. So here answer is true. 90 is less than 100. It is true. 100 greater than 98.5. Decimal numbers we are using, and the 15 and 15 they are same. So it is not greater. B, ASCII code of capital letters are less than ASCII code of small letters. So it is true. And this combination like this in maths it is okay, but in computer we cannot say. And Boolean also we cannot use for doing the expression, relational expression. So all these questions we have to study in detail. Coming to logical operator, they are used to combine the relational expressions or conditions and used for constructing complex decision-making expressions. Here we can see the three logical operators: logical and, logical or, and logical not. Logical and, if both the expressions are true, then the answer will be true. Here we can see A is 15, B is 5, and C is 10. A greater than B, first expression. A greater than C, second expression. A is greater than B, we can see 15 is greater than 5 and 15 is greater than 10. That means both the expressions are true, then the answer will be true. And here we can analyze, you can analyze and see that if any of the expression is false, the answer will be false. And in logical or, here we can see if any of the expressions are true, answer will be true. That means any one should be true, then the answer will be true. Otherwise, if both of them are false, answer will be false. Here we can analyze the answer with values A 15, B 5 and C 10. A greater than B, A greater than C, both are true, answer is true. In this case, one expression is true, answer is true. So here, if both the expressions are false, answer will be false. So we should understand the concept of logical and logical or. Maybe one or two questions can come for the output. And logical not, whatever the output, if you are putting a not, then the answer will be opposite. A greater than B, answer is true, and when you put the not, answer will be false. So here analyze the expression, and after putting not, the opposite of the expression will come as the answer. You have to study the definition of assignment operator, that is equal sign for assigning value, and shorthand operator. Shorthand operator, with example you have to study. It provides a short way to assign an expression to a variable. Here we can see the expression is A is equal to A plus 5. That means whatever the value of A plus 5. So if you want to write in shorthand form, one condition is there: before and after the equal sign, the same variable should be there. Then only we can write in shorthand operator. So A is equal to A plus 5 can be written as A plus is equal to 5. And A is equal to A minus 15. A minus is equal to 15. And A is equal to A into 15. A into is equal to 15. So like this, we can write the shorthand operator, which can be used in Java programming. And result will be same. That means A divided is equal to 5. That is same as A is equal to A divided by 5. So result will be same. But how to write the shorthand expression and how to write the proper expression, you must know. Coming to difference, study the difference between slash and modulus operator. That means quotient and remainder. Difference between unary and binary operator, and equals and assignment operator, double equal, the difference between single equal and double equal operator. So all these questions were asked in the board exam. So this kind of question also you have to study properly. We can analyze and revise the increment and decrement operators also, because if you see the question paper pattern from 2006, at least one question is there from increment and decrement operators. So before starting the revision topic, we can see prefix and postfix. Prefix means operator will come before the operand, that means plus plus a, minus minus a. In that case, first change the value and then use in the expression. And postfix means first use the original value and then change it, so that the next time the value will be changed. So keeping this in mind, we can revise these 3 questions. Here the values given int a is 5, b 2 and c 10. And now if we are saying int x is equal to b into plus plus a. So here the value of b is 2. So when we evaluate, it is not prefix or postfix. So 2. We will take 2 into. And now here we can see plus plus a. Plus plus a means it is prefix. First change it. Change means plus plus a means a will become a plus 1. A was 5. Now a will become 6. First change it and then use in the expression. That means 2 into 6 it is 12. So same pattern we can use just for understanding postfix. So here the same question, b into a plus plus. So b was 2, it will come original, and now a plus plus, that is postfix. First use it. Use it means use the original value 2. We will here b was 5, a was 5, so we are using 5, and then a's value will change to 6. That means 2 into 5 it will become 10. So we can see the difference in both the answers. Here only one change was done, prefix and postfix. So when you evaluate, be careful in the expression. And now here a plus 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 minus minus b plus 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 a plus c minus minus plus c. So here a plus plus means postfix. First use the value and then change it. A will become 6. Minus minus b, prefix. First change it. Minus b means b was 2, 2 minus 1, 1. And then use in the expression. Again plus plus a. Here a is already used. We can see a is already used. A has become 6. So plus plus a means this 6 value will be taken, not the original one. And now 6 plus 1, 7. And then change it and then use it. And now c minus minus, it is postfix. C's value is 10. First use it and then change. C has become 9. And now plus c. Here it is not increment or decrement. The last value of c, that is 9, will be taken. Now we can evaluate it. And here f is equal to a plus 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 b. So postfix and prefix both are coming. A plus plus means postfix. Use the original value, that is 5, and then change it. Plus plus b, prefix. First change it. B was 2, it will become 3, and then use in the expression. I think you have understood the concept clearly. Now 1 or 2 questions from the board exam also we can. Here we can see some questions. X is equal to 5. X is equal to x plus plus into 2 plus 3 into minus minus x. Here we can see x is 5. So x plus plus postfix. First we will use the original value, then change it. X has become 6. So 5 into 2, and here minus minus x. That means first of all the change will take place. It was 6 here. So 6 minus 1, 5. So here 5 will come, and then we can use in the expression. So 5 into 2, multiplication we have to do first, plus 3 into 5. 10 plus 15 is equal to 25. The next question asked in the board exam. int k is equal to 5, j is 9, k plus is equal to k plus plus minus plus plus j plus k. So like this, if it is coming just k is equal to k plus plus, then only we have to solve the right hand side. But when it is coming k plus is equal to, then that value also we have to add. So first we will solve the right hand side, and then from the left hand side original value of k will be taken, not the last value. So we can evaluate it right hand side first. Here we can see k's original value is 5, that we will take here later. So evaluate the right hand side, k plus plus postfix. So first use and then change. So first here we are using k's value was 5, so 5 is used here, and then the value will change to 6, and plus plus j. Here j was 9. Here we can see j is 9. So plus plus j means first of all change the value and then use it. So 9 plus 1 10, and then use in the expression. Plus k. The last value of k is 6. So that will be taken here. Here we are not having prefix postfix. So last value of k will be taken here. That means plus 6. Now evaluate this 5 minus 10. That will become minus 5 plus 6. Minus 5 plus 6 will become 1. So we have solved the right hand side. We got the answer 1. And now take the left hand side. Bring it to right hand side. The sign will not change. For example, in maths, if we are doing like this, if it is positive here, when it come to right hand side, it will become negative. But in computer, in increment, decrement, no such change take place. It is positive here. The same thing we will take into right hand side. K was 5 in the beginning. This value we have to take, not the last value. So that means 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1 is 6. And now printing part. Here we are saying system out println k is equal to plus k. See the last value of k. What is the last value of k after evaluating? Here k has become, here we can see plus k. So last value of k is 6. So k will become 6, not the first value. While printing, the last value will be taken. And j is equal to plus j. The last value of j here we can see it is 10. So j is equal to 10. Always make it a habit to write the changed value on the top of the expression so that you can use it later. Otherwise, while printing time, we can print it properly. And the last operator also we can revise, ternary operator, which use 3 operands, also known as conditional operator, because the value assigned to the variable depends upon the logical expression or condition given in the bracket. So condition will be checked. If the condition is true, first expression will be taken. Otherwise, second expression will be taken. For example, here int max. If the a greater than b, if a is greater than b, value of a will go to max. Otherwise, the value of b will go to max. Now we can see what type of questions from this topic can come in the board. Here the first question we can see, character x is equal to capital A, int m. M is equal to x double equals small a, capital A and small a. So here we are checking whether the value of x is small a or not. X is capital A, case difference is there. Java is case sensitive, so the answer is wrong. Answer is wrong means the second answer will go to the variable m, and second answer is A. Now look at the data type of m. It is int, so we cannot store a character in m. That means A, ASCII code of small a will go to m. ASCII code of small a to z is 97 to 122. That means ASCII code of A is 97, B is 90, like that. So here in this case, ASCII code of small a, that is 97, will go to the variable m. It is declared as int, so only the value will go. So answer will be m is equal to 97. And second question, int a is equal to 63, b is 35. X is equal to a greater than b. Condition is true. And a colon b, that means the value of a will go to x. That means 63 will be the answer. And here this type of question also can come. Int val, it is a variable name, sum and n is 550. Sum is equal to n plus val greater than 1750. And here if the condition is true, 400 will go, otherwise 200 will go. And here we are having two options. If two options are there, two answers will be there. Two options. First option, val is equal to 500. N's value is stable. It is 550. Now see this n plus val. That means first time 500. 550 plus 500 is greater than 1750. Here we can see a condition is false. That means answer will be 200. And in the second condition, value is 1600. So here, see the condition we are evaluating here. 550, n is 550, n plus 1, that means 550 plus 1600. It is 2150, condition is true. And it is greater than 1750, condition is true. That means 400 will go to the variable sum. So like this we have to analyze ternary operator. The third type of question that can come from the ternary operator is to write the statement. Write a statement to set grand to 10 if speed is greater than 25 L0. In this case, grand and speed are variables. This was in 2006 paper. So here how we can write the statement int grand. Grand to 10 means grand will be int and speed is variable name, speed greater than 25. Here we are showing speed greater than 25. If condition is true, 10. Set grand to 10, that means 10. And if condition is false, 0. So like this, we should know how to write the statement. Here, if speed is greater than 25, 10 will go to grand, otherwise 0 will go to grand. The next question, write a statement to store the variable a in max. If a is greater than b, else store b. So here, value of the variable a, int max is equal to a greater than b, a colon b. Value of a will be stored. And write a statement to store 1000 in tax if income is greater than 1 lakh, else 0. So condition is income greater than 1 lakh. Here we can see income greater than 1 lakh and the value has to be stored in the variable tax. So tax is equal to income greater than 1 lakh, question mark 1000 colon 0. So like this the questions can come. And last one more question we can say, write a statement to store s in the variable return. S is a string. So we have to declare the variable return as string. If age is above 60, else no. So here we can see the answer. String return is equal to age greater than 60. If condition is true, else will go, else no. So we should be knowing how to write the statement, how to get the output of the ternary operator. Now in operators, one important topic is precedence and associativity. Precedence means hierarchy of operators. If so many operators are coming in one line, which operator to use first? In maths, we will follow the BODMAS rule. Just like that, here also some rules are there. In expression, if bracket is coming, we will use that first. Here brackets and then square bracket. Second, increment, that means plus plus, decrement and not operator. Third, it is multiplication sign, division and modulus. And fourth, plus and minus. Then relational operator we can see. And double equal and not equal to. And operator, logical and logical or, and then question mark and equal sign. This hierarchy you have to study. There were questions of arrange in ascending order the hierarchy or precedence. So we have to learn the hierarchy so that we can solve questions if it is coming in the BODMAS. And associativity, that means if two operators of the same hierarchy or same precedence is coming, how to use it? Either we will use from left to right. The expression will be solved from left side to right side, otherwise from right side to left side. That is known as associativity. So here, if these signs are coming, multiplication, all this coming are coming, left to right solution will be done, and plus minus also left to right. So definition of associativity and precedence you have to study. Here we can see these questions were asked in the board exam. What do you mean by precedence of operator? And one question was also asked, arrange the operators given below in order of higher precedence to lower precedence. For this type of question, we have to know, that means what is the hierarchy, which is having the first order, second order. Then only we can answer it in proper order according to higher preference to lower preference. So study these topics also. Coming to maths function, we have little number of functions for 2020-21. Only this much functions we have to study. One by one we can see what are the functions we have to study for 2020-21. So here math.max, it will return the biggest number and return type depends on the arguments. It can be int long double according to the arguments. Here we can see one or two example. in this first case, it is integer number. So return type max means biggest number will be returned, and negative minus 32 minus 2. Minus 2 is the biggest number, and if it is decimal number, answer will come in decimal. So here mat.min, the opposite function, it will return the smallest value, and return type depends upon the arguments. Here also we can see the example. Compare both the numbers and small number will come as the answer. And mat.pow, this function will find the power raised to the base value. Return type is double. So whenever the return type is double, with the answer 0.0 will come. So here we can see math POW 2, 3 means 2 raised to 3. That is 2 into 2 into 2, 8, 8.0. And here minus 3 raised to minus 2. Here also minus 3 into minus 3. So here answer will be 9.0. And minus 3 raised to 2, then also answer will be, here we can see 9.0. So study this maths function properly. So many questions are coming for outputs for writing in Java format that we have to see. Now square root and cube root, these are also coming. Here the function return the square root of the number and return type is double. Students, many of you make the mistake if you are finding the square root of a number. For example, mat.sqrt of 25. Many of you write the answer as 5 because square root of 25 is 5. That means this can deduct your marks. If it is a 2-mark question, 1 mark can go because return type is double. Return type is double means with the answer 0.0 should come. Decimal part is there. Answer will be according to the number, and if it is a negative number, error will be coming. No answer will be produced. And CBRT, that is cube root of the number, and return type is double here also. But in this function, negative numbers also will work. Cube root of 125, it is 5.0, and minus 8. Cube root of 8 is, here we can see it is 2. So minus 2 will be the answer. That is minus 2.0. And cube root of 1000, it is 10.0. So decimal part don't forget. Otherwise, even those who are studying well, who can get 100 marks, will be getting 99 marks for silly mistakes, which you know already, but you are careless while writing the exam. So remember this part. And now mat.abs, absolute value of a number. Return type depends on the type of argument. This function also converts the negative number into a positive number. If the number is positive, no change in the answer. Here we can see 25. The sign of absolute value you can see, or sign is here, and answer number is positive. So in the answer, no change. And here if it is a negative number, answer will be coming in positive form. That is 82.35. And now mat.ceil. Ceil and floor are two important functions which are always asked. It returns the next highest integer number. Just keep in mind the next highest number greater than or equal to the argument. If the decimal part is 0.0, then the same answer will be coming. But from 0.1 to 0.9, keep in mind whatever the next highest number will be coming. We have to take care while doing the positive and negative number. So just keep in mind highest number we have to give as the answer. Return type is double. So 8.0, if it is 0.0, no change in the answer. And now 19.20, the next number, highest number is 20, so 20.0. 9.2, if it is 0.1, 0.2 doesn't matter, it is 10.0. And negative number, the next highest number in negative, positive, you analyze the highest number. 0.0 will make no difference. And floor, the same number or the lowest number will come as the answer. Return type is double here also, 78.1. And if we compare 78 and 79, 78 is the smallest number. So 78.0. 8.0.0, no difference in the answer. 8.9. 8.0 will come as the answer, and negative number also negative answer will be coming, but 0.0 will give the same answer. Here either same number or the lowest number will come as answer in math. Coming to the last two maths function, mat.round will round off the number. That means 0.5 and above will give the next number, and return type is long. Here 2-3 example we can see. Mat.round 8.25. it is below 0.5, that means 8 minus 25.5. Round off the number, minus 25 is the answer, 85.6. It is above 0.5, so 86 is the answer. And mat.random will give any random value. We have to study only the simple variation of mat.random, not other type. So mat.random will give any random number between 0 and 1. Every time the answer will differ. I think all of you have played the snake and ladder game when you were small. Maybe some of you are even playing now. So when we throw the dice, every time a different number will come. Just like that, in mat.random, every time when we combine, any number can come between 0 and 1. Maybe one time this number will come, second time any other number will come. So randomly any number can come when we give the execute the statement system out println mat.random. Now we can see those questions which were asked in ICSE board from this topic. First of all, we can see the question which was asked last year in the specimen paper. Rewrite the following conditions without using logical operator. If A greater than B or A greater than C, system out println A. So here we can write like this. If A greater than B, separately both the lines can be written separately. System out println A, and if A greater than C, system out println A. Students, if you want, we can also use else if in the second line. If first one A greater than B and second one we can write else if A greater than C. And now this question was asked in the board. Name the operators listed below. I think all of you know the names. Here the first one is relational operator, second one increment, logical operator, that means logical and question mark is ternary operator. And all of you should study, that means have a thorough knowledge of the operators, how to use it and what are the names given to the operator. The next important type of questions are write the following mathematical expression in Java format. Students, if you see last year's paper, at least 1 to 2 questions like this will be coming. So some questions we can solve and see what are the common mistake that many of you are making. Here a square plus b square, we can use math POW function here. Many of you while writing math POW, by mistake M you are writing in small letter. So that mark, half to 1 mark can go in that case. So case sensitive language, Java is a case sensitive language. So when you write in Java format, proper case also you should be using. Now math POW A comma 2 plus math POW B comma 2. And second one, x cube plus y cube minus xy by z. So here math POW x comma 3, x raised to 3 means x comma 3, math POW y comma 3, and some of you write xy by z. You have to separate the variables. X and y are two different variables, so x into y by z. And here this was in last year, that means 2020 board paper. We haven't written, that means students were not able to write the paper because of COVID situation. So this question is from that paper. So here square root is the outermost function, mat.sqrt, and inside math POW B comma 2 plus 4 into A into C. And common square root is coming, so you have to put the bracket properly. Now this sign, it is absolute value sign. That means here we can see both the signs. Math.abs is coming outside. Math.abs x into x, otherwise math.abs. Inside you can write math.pow x comma 2 plus 2 into x into y. And math.sqrt of 2as. So here we will write math.sqrt 2 into a into s. Separate the variables minus math.pow a comma 2. Right, put the bracket properly because mat.sqrt is coming for complete expression. So at least 1 to 2 question, as I told you, you can expect in all question paper. The next important type of question, rewrite the following program segment using if-else statement. We have already seen the conversion of if-else to ternary. Now the ternary to if-else questions also can come. So here we can see how we can convert this ternary statement into if-else. See, the answer is stored in the variable COMM and the condition is given in brackets sale greater than 15,000. If the condition is true, the first part of the statement will be taken and stored in the variable COMM, and if condition is false, that means else, then 0 will be stored in COMM. Now we can see how to write. If sale is greater than 15,000, COMM is equal to sale into 5 by 100. That means first part will come under if, and the second part, if condition is false, that means else, the second part will come under else. So conversion of if-else to ternary and ternary to if-else you have to study very well. And here, this is nested statement. Rewrite the program segment using if-else statement instead of the ternary operator. Here string grade. We are storing the answer in the variable grade. Here one more thing you have to keep in mind. Sometimes it will come system out println in some question. Then only you will use system out println. Many of you while converting, you will write the statement system out println. It is wrong. Whatever is given in the question, only that part will come in the answer. And one more mistake some students make, if the conversion part is coming or any other question is asked, you are writing public static void main. No need of writing those statements. Whatever is in the question will be coming in the answer. Here no class, no public statement is there. Here the answer is stored in the variable grade. So while we are converting, here we can see if mark is greater than or equal to 90, then grade will be A. If the first condition is true, grade will be A. And if the condition is false, then we are checking once again, mark greater than 80, then B, otherwise C. So if mark is greater than 90, grade is equal to A. Else if mark is greater than 80, grade is equal to B. Else grade is equal to C. In the question, system out println is not there, so in the answer also it will not be there. So these small things we have to observe. Then only, that means many students are getting 99 marks. I have observed maybe very silly mistake or simple mistake you are making, and your 1 mark or 2 mark is gone. So be careful when you write the answer. Output of maths function. This also you can see at least 1 to 2 question in all the previous year's board paper. So here math POW 36, 0.5 plus CBRT, math.cbrt of 125. Students, whenever you see 0.5, that means 36.05, 25.05, with math POW, just simply find the square root of the particular number. So here it is 0.5, that means find the square root of 36. And second thing you have to keep in mind, the return type, that means math POW return type is double and CBRT also return type is double. So in the answer, 0.0 will come. Square root of 36 is 6.0 and CBRT of 125, it is 5.0. So answer will be 11.0. And now math.ceil 4.2. Ceil means the next biggest number. 4.2, the next biggest number is 5.0 and math.floor 7.9. Either the same number or the smallest number, that is 7. So 5.0 plus 7.0, answer will be 12.0. Round. If it is 0.5 and above the next number, so 14.7, that means 15. Here, math.round, the return type is long, so answer will be 15. And math.floor 7.9, that means answer will be 7. So here we are combining the function math.floor. It is a double number, decimal number, so answer will come in decimal. 15 plus 7.0, answer will be 22.0. And now when these type of questions coming, here we can see 3 maths expressions are here. Math.sqrt, math.max, math.abs. Solve the innermost one first, then the second one, and then the outer one. So here first of all we can find math.abs of minus 20. Math.abs of minus 20 is 20. That means negative number will change to positive. And now So here we got the answer 20. Now mat dot max of 20 comma 36. 20 and 36, the biggest number is 36. And then mat dot sqrt of 36. So answer will be, here we can find 6.0. And now mat dot seal. Seal means next number. ABS negative. If it is a negative number, answer will be coming in positive. And now final values of x and y. Double A minus 6.35 and double B is equal to 14.74. Here double X is equal to mat dot ABS and mat dot seal of A. Mat dot seal of A here minus 6.35. It is negative number. So the highest number is minus 6. So answer will be minus 6.0. And now mat dot ABS means negative number will change to positive. So answer will be 6.0. And mat dot trim and mat dot max. Mat dot max of A comma B minus 6.35 and 14.74. It is 14.74. And mat dot trim 0.5 here 0.5 and above, the next number will come. So answer will be 15.0. So return type you keep in mind for this type of question. In the end, once again we can see the increment and decrement operator. These questions were after the board exam. A plus is equal to A plus 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 A plus minus minus A plus A minus minus, where A is equal to 7. So postfix and prefix we can see A plus. Left hand side we can solve in the end. So A plus plus means first use it and then change. Here we have used the 7 and then we have changed to 8. And now plus plus A. First change it. That means plus plus A, 8 will become 9. First change it and then use in the expression. And now coming here, it is again prefix. So first change it. 9 minus 1, it will become 8 first and then we will use in the expression. Plus A minus minus, use and then change. So the answer will be A plus is equal to 32. We have solved the right hand side and now take the left hand side. The original value of A will be taken. That means 7 plus 32, it is 39. When it comes to right hand side, don't change the sign. It will be 7, not minus 7. 7 plus 32, 39. And the next question, one more question. Here, m minus is equal to 9 modulus plus plus n by 2. When int m is equal to 10 and n is equal to 6. So here m minus, that means either we can take like this, we can solve in the end. Otherwise, we can take on the right hand side, but the value will be added only at the end. 10 minus 9 modulus plus plus n. N is 6, that means 7 plus plus again, once again plus plus n. So 7 will become 8, 8 by 2. That means 9 modulus 7, remainder is 2 and 8 by 2 it is 4. So 10 minus 2 plus 4, that means 6. It is 4. So like this we can solve it. Practice many questions of increment and decrement operator. So with this, the video comes to an end. If you have any doubt in this topic, please send me the message. And in case if you want the notes for this particular topic, send me the email. Email ID is given below. Please write your name, school and class. See you all in the next video.